The Superstar Shakeup. I'm joined by some of the most illustrious members of the club. Got QZ Mosley, make sure you give him the follow. Got Crown Royal, make sure you give him the follow. Got Buck Nasty Adventures, make sure you give him the follow. And got the two-time Hall of Famer, Mr. Two Bouts in here. Make sure you give him the follow for those Walking Dead streams. Word up, that Walking Dead game ain't even coming out. That's all that shit funny. But we over here discussing the Superstar Shakeup. Like I said, we got some of the best, brightest, boldest, bravest inside the club in the building. And a couple of guys had some thoughts on that Superstar Shakeup, a couple of predictions, guys coming to and from SmackDown and Raw, as well as a few other surprises. Well, QZ, you actually put it on the table. QZ, what was you saying about the Superstar Shakeup? I can see that. Let me ask you this, because I know one of the boys asked me the other day on stream. Do you think, I think it was Kingslayer who asked, do you think that they'll wind up taking the title off of Finn, or do you think they're going to swap champions? Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I'm about to say, I think so too. Especially with Joe holding that US strap. Hold it up. I agree. I completely agree. Don't get me wrong. I think the Universal title looked just as good. He one of the few people that I think could rock that thing. Word up. That belt looked like it's made for a big boy. I ain't gonna lie about it. And Joe seemed like he the perfect one to wear it. But anybody else got any dark horse predictions of people going, switching sides, going to the other roster and such? I could get behind that. I could get behind that. The Undisputed Era. I knew that was coming. I don't think. That's facts. That's facts. I think I'm feeling that right there. You know, honestly, I feel like if they call it the Undisputed Era, I don't need them all to be on the same roster. I could go with two of them on one. Hey, word up. Word up. Word up. I'm just afraid that if they fully split up into all individuals, Bobby Fish is going to be jobbing to Zack Ryder in 3 months. And it's like, I know Bobby Fish probably. I don't trust the WWE to push these guys individually. I feel like them being in that group, sort of the same way with the New Day, them being in that group protects them from management. I hope not. I say I hope not because to me Lars doesn't deserve that at all. At all? Yeah, I get what you're saying. WWE style, it definitely fits. Oh, he's big. Oh. Yeah, word up. Word up. You don't care if they could talk or not. Which ones? Yeah, word up. Word up. I think the same thing. I think they're definitely going to wind up switching those two belts. One name that we haven't mentioned, I don't think any women have been mentioned thus far, is I do think Sasha, if not Sasha and Bayley, Sasha is going to wind up on SmackDown. I think it's the only thing the WWE. I get that she has one foot out the door, but I also know the same way the Revival had one foot out the door and the WWE gave them something they wanted. I see that. I still think that I peeped all of that. Her and Kenny followed each other and shit like that. But I truly know how petty. I mean, I feel like I know how petty the WWE is, and I think that they think that giving her her SmackDown time, something that she's been advocating for most of the time, her whole career. I think that they'll think that's something that they're doing for her in good faith. I just don't see them not addressing Sasha Banks at all during the 2 days of the Superstar Shakeup, as though we don't know about none of this shit. But you never know. I got a big one though, y'all. I think that Monday Night Raw is gonna get the biggest star in the WWE. I think Monday Night Raw is gonna get the fuck yeah. I'm talking about the phenomenal AJ Styles. They've been trying to get him over there. I'm about to say them was Roman's best 2 matches.
Would you take my card at Greece? I mean, I'm gonna take it.
Feud with who? The New Day? Oh. I agree, and I'd like to see the Dream do a lot more on NXT. Yeah, word up, especially. Hey, word up. Now I know he got that North American, but I do want to see the Dream as the NXT champ, just to see what kind of extra shit he gonna do when he become the champ and do his entrances and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's one. Oh. Well, this is what I will say. Heading into the Superstar Shakeup like a month ago, the first thing I ever read was that it was supposed to be a international Superstar Shakeup. That led me to believe off the top that they was going to be bringing people from the UK brand to the US. And, they've been doing a pretty decent job about floating NXT guys to 205 Live and to the UK brand whenever they need to, but them dudes ain't necessarily on a roster. I think some of those dudes is going to get cemented on one of them other rosters, but I do think Pete Dunne is coming to like Raw. I think Buddy Murphy's going to like SmackDown. I really do. I feel the same way about Buddy Murphy. Why would they have taken the belt? Buddy Murphy and Pete Dunne were look, right? They had a lot of good champs, okay? But Pete Dunne was probably the strongest champ they've had because he's been a champ since like 2017. And Buddy Murphy probably another one of their strong. They took the belt off of two of their strongest heel champs, both of them foreigners. I got to feel like Buddy Murphy and Pete Dunne both coming to Raw and SmackDown respectively. Yeah, I'm with that. The one thing I do notice, and I love Cedric Alexander, I love Mustafa Ali, but I always said that Cedric should have came to SmackDown, and then they moved Mustafa Ali to SmackDown. And now when I look at 205 Live, I'm looking at it like Tony Nese is a face champion. I'm like, that seems like that's what Mustafa Ali need to be doing. I say that because Mustafa Ali like a genuine baby face. He ain't never, he might turn heel one day, but like, come on, like he a baby face, his whole gimmick face. I feel like 205 Live need that man back. Yeah, and it's trippy, man. I like Ali. It's unfortunate that he got hurt when he got hurt, because things would definitely be different right now. I don't think Ali would be the WWE champion right now. I think Daniel Bryan would probably still be the champ right now if he never got hurt. But I do feel like it's a time that Mustafa Ali could go on the 205 Live and, you know, truly be the heart of 205 Live. I feel like Cedric Alexander, he's great, but I don't think Cedric could like carry that brand as the face of that brand. You know what I'm saying? The same way Mustafa Ali could. Is there any more UK guys you guys think or 205 Live guys you guys think are maybe coming to the main roster? Anybody from the main roster y'all think going to keep them rest there? I heard some people say that they wanted Lio Rush to go back to 205 Live and really, you know what I'm saying, have his 205 Live run, have his matches, you know, submit himself. Yeah, submit himself. Word up. Word up. I'm concerned about it. I ain't gonna lie, it's a real far-fetched thing, but and I'm not saying permanently, but if I had a UK show and I know Finn Balor's the Intercontinental Champion, but Finn Balor would be on my UK show, he would be like the reason why everybody watching my UK show, like for real, for real. So I kind of hope he goes, but I don't think he will. I know he won't, but you know, maybe a one-off or something. I wouldn't either, but Hideo Itami ain't under contract no more. He got released a few months ago. Hear it up. Yeah. There's somebody else. Oh, Todd Dillinger. Yeah, real talk. Hey, let me ask y'all. Look, I feel like Ty had a lot more upside, but at the same token, Ty's one of those guys who's, yeah, and even though he had the perfect 10 or whatever, and he had I'll be fair, he had an entrance that was over, a theme song that was over, and a taunt that was over. I feel like Todd Dillinger is one of those guys who was definitely in danger and getting lost in the shuffle. You know, in danger of being lost in the shuffle, and that a smaller company would be able to capitalize on what it is that he does bring to the table already, and probably be able to give him some room to grow, you know, as a talent. And just look what happened with Juice Robinson. And Drew McIntyre too. The list goddamn goes on. Shit, word up. Word up. Hey, but speaking of guys who left the WWE, a batch of talent that we haven't even mentioned is those first 6 people that came up off of NXT. Heavy Machinery. You know, we had already. So you don't think that those guys are gonna be like? That's what I was about to say. Like, we already see Lacey Evans is about to get a program against the champ of both shows, and I'm pretty sure. Oh, Heavy Machinery? I ain't gonna lie, man. I like Otis, man. I like Otis a lot. Which one? Otis? I love Matt Morgan. Matt Morgan's one of my favorite 7-footers. Oh, no, I didn't either. And I'll be honest. I agree. Yeah, but you got to also remember. I want you to remember when you say that they should give him the Mark Henry gimmick. That Mark Henry spent like 10 years being sexual chocolate and giving birth to hands and in a nation and all types of weird shit. Listen. To us, I'll be honest, okay? Out of all the black people that they had at the time, at least he was doing something, because like D'Lo Brown was like, I'm European as soon as he won a European title, and like had nothing after that. And D'Lo's a great worker, man. So that's what I will say. I'll say at least he got on TV with that shit, but it was all like some corny shit Vince was pitching. And I watched Mark Henry's video, but I guess what I'm saying is that like I'm with them giving it to that similar type of run. And don't get me wrong, I don't think Otis is by any means as intimidating as Mark Henry. But I can see that Otis got a lot of personality. So as far as all that funny shit Mark Henry did, I think Otis could kill all the funny shit better than Mark Henry ever did it. But when it comes down for him to get serious and start trashing guys, I'd really be interested in seeing what the hell that would look like out of a Otis Djokovic. Real talk. Hey, but so hold on. Yeah, QZ been on record about her. And I remember before when the reports came out that Lacey Evans was due for a big push after Mania, I think QZ was one of the first people on that. So QZ, now that you've seen that, how do you are you happy with what we're getting as far as it being Becky, the woman who's got both belts? And all right, I'm digging that, man. I'm definitely digging that. And you know the potential for the lady versus the man. Now we talking about some SummerSlam shit now, right? You right. You real right. They is doing that right. Word up. Yeah. I agree. U.S. title. Oh, I'm not mad that Cena's coming back. Cena's probably but that's how Cena does feuds. At this point, his feuds are like trolling guys. He has a troll feud, ongoing troll feud with Baron Corbin. He's got an ongoing troll feud with Elias. And it's like these are his only feuds are really at this point in his career and shit. It's kind of funny to me, man. At least he's working with new talent, though. And not burying them, like with a 1, 2, 3. He burying them in other ways. He finding new creative ways to bury him, and I'm a fan. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, yo. That's the first time I popped for Thug Cena, for air quotes heel Cena. And word. I know he had some visual aids too. He had a couple. Didn't he bring up a video too up there? Oh man, John Cena out there doing his thing, doing it right. Yeah, I'm with that. Because I know most people don't want him to break that record that Ric Flair got.
That's right. And then let him do it.
I swear to God, if he did, I'll stop watching WWE.
Well, I wouldn't say that because it's not even the real record. Like, Ric Flair's got way more titles than just them WWE championships. He's got like all those NWA titles they don't want to count.
It's the theory.
Right.
It's the theory,
Right.
dude. It's the
Yeah, they're gonna sell it like John Cena broke Ric Flair's record and shit. You know something? I'll be honest with you guys, man. I really don't want to see. Somebody said this to me before, and it's the only way that I'll be interested in seeing these two guys ever fight again. But somebody said that they would like to see Orton break the record before Cena. I'd like to see them break the record at each other's expense.
Yeah, I can see that. That'd
be dope.
That'd
be dope.
By my count, Randy the only one who should be out there.
He need four more.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But then they would have to put Cena on SmackDown and keep Randy on SmackDown.
Well, he goes between both anyway, though.
That's facts. And personally,
they need to put Cena on one show, though.
As far as Kofi Kingston's concerned, there's only like a handful of matches I even want to see Kofi have as a WWE champion. Randy Orton's will definitely at the top of the list. Like, I want him to fight Orton at a pay-per-view, and now they better show the footage of the last time they fought when Kofi worked that sucker, and then they pushed Kofi back down the card. Heard up. I'll never forget that match. That's my favorite Randy Orton match. Real talk. Man, that was a hell of a match.
I'm advancing to World Tier 3. Nice. Let's go.
Thanks, man. Another one. I was about to ask y'all any women y'all think was changing shows. I've heard talk about Shayna Baszler since Ronda Rousey's leaving the main roster, but she's still the champion, so I don't think that's gonna happen.
NXT needs a dude.
She's gonna make appearances, but I don't think she's gonna move up. Now, I'm totally against Io Shirai being moved up so soon.
Well, okay.
I get what they're trying to do with the women's tag team division.
Okay. So that's my next question. Let me cut you off. Who do you guys think is going to be the tag team that Paige introduces on SmackDown to take on the Iconics?
It's them right there.
I already know.
Already.
Now, do we got any other guesses as to who it would be besides the Sky Pirates?
You know my dark horse in this fight.
Cage Heat. Cage Heat ain't coming up off a contract. Too bad if they go to the WWE, they're gonna be heated cage.
Right.
They're gonna be heated seats.
I just want a real women's tag team. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for a lot.
Hey, I didn't add at that.
The word up.
At all.
Yeah, and I heard that Nia Jax was hurt and recovering, so you know they ain't got their big. Well, if there was a Cage Heat, Nia and them, they a big tag team, a big ladies tag team, big powerhouse ladies, but they, they can't team no more for a while. So Cage Heat might be able to fill that void.
And they can work the mic, and they can actually wrestle. Instead of this Sasha and Banks garbage I'm stuck with.
Listen, now I'm not gonna let you be bashing the Boston Hug Connection. Those are the top 2 superstars on Monday Night Raw. They the only reason I tune in every Monday night. All right?
Yeah. Bye, boss.
I know it. I ain't gonna lie, man. I hope Sasha leave. I know Sasha one of them people who she got a lot of passion, and she been a fan for a really long time. And there's a lot of guys that's in that mold, but I feel like Sasha deserved better, and she know better. Shit.
Yeah, but where's Sasha going to sell that Snoop Dogg is my uncle gimmick? Ain't
nobody really gonna care. But WWE.
I don't think. Well, let me put it like this, okay? If you guys for 1 second think that Chris Jericho ain't trying to have Snoop Dogg on the Rockin' Wrestling Rager, you got a goddamn thing coming to you, okay? Sasha Banks could sign to AEW tonight, all right? And they gonna announce Snoop Dogg for the cruise.
I hear you, brother. But I guarantee if Snoop Dogg stepped 1 foot on that daggone cruise ship, he gonna lose his ring.
Hey, he already in the WWE Hall of Fame, I think, so he ain't going nowhere, bro.
He gonna lose that ring just like Hogan did.
I know. Hey, shit. They gave that shit. They stuck that bitch back on him, man. I ain't gonna lie. I was at the bar. Hogan was came out there for Mania. I was coming up the steps, booing the fuck out of him. Every black person up in that motherfucker was booing Hulk Hogan ass, man. Real talk, man. I did the taunts and everything. I'm like, boo! Put the armor on one ear. Boo! Went the other way and shit. Motherfuckers was in there dying, bro. Yeah, but you right, though. Right.
This shakeup is a hit or miss. Like, literally. This could save WWE.
It could.
Bring more
WWE
fans
needs
back.
it. Like I said, they better bring the heavy guns. Because they lost a lot of money last week.
Please, for this man's sake, bring the heavy guns.
Yeah, word up. Word up. You gotta bring something, man. I don't think they're gonna bring no new signings or nothing like that.
Nah.
Word up.
Something gotta give.
I think
You saw
so
how
too.
they tried to hype us up with the new title bull crap, and all they did was update the original titles they had.
I didn't even know that they had new titles.
I got some sad news of Victoria.
Yeah,
This is
that
her
going
last year of
Universal got
wrestling.
Velcro on it now.
So this is her last year of booking. So we ain't gonna see Victoria wrestle no more.
Nah, we not.
So.
I peeped that, but at least she doing she doing more bookings this year than I've seen her do in the past. Tara, Victoria.
Yeah, I've had a crush on her for the longest. Still do.
Same. And I just seen her last
I had
week.
my hand around her hip. I was all happy taking that picture. She choking me out. I'm like, I wish she was
Hey,
choking me.
I'm about to say T-Ross, I bet you like getting choked by Victoria, man. I ain't gonna lie, she fine as hell, man. Still
Yeah,
bad.
man.
I would book her ass right now.
Ain't it? I wish I had my pro. I would sell the shit out of that. I
Yeah,
wish I
word
had
up.
my pro.
She a beast. Speaking of women making a big impact, and I'm definitely
And you know what, man? And you know what match I would book it? Victoria versus Tessa. It would fucking
Oh,
pack
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It would
All
pack the
day.
seats like that.
all day.
That's free money. That's free
All
money.
day.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think both of those two women kind of represent the same thing. So it kind of be it'd be really nice to see them go at it. Plus, I really respect the wrestling that both of those two women do. Real talk.
But we never go see none of this shit because WWE don't want our money.
No,
Nobody
no,
wants
she
our money.
she might fight her in Warrior Wrestling. You know what I'm talking about? I know she's supposed to be fighting Jordan Grace. Supposed to be testing Jordan Grace with the rematch finally from the last time he was there.
Well, give her
Oh,
a ticket.
finally?
Let her be in the Impact, the fucking Hall of Fame. Give her something.
I'm with
She
that,
ain't
too.
She ain't allowed in WWE anymore. Give her something.
I'm definitely with that, bro. I'm also with the because you know Gail Kim's coming out of retirement to fight Tessa Blanchard. Tessa Blanchard's been fighting dudes for the last month and shit.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see her fight Gail Kim. If Victoria Tara could come back to Impact and make that kind of a run, man, I'd be all with that shit. AEW, I don't care where she make that kind of run at. She need one of those.
And it would sell.
Oh, yeah.
No matter who the hell she... Like I said, nobody's looking at that money.
Word up. Hey, you remember when she was in Impact and came out there helping Madison Rayne, but she was wearing the all leather outfit and the motorcycle and shit? She was killing that shit, bruh. Yeah, man, I got nothing but love for Victoria.
That woman's so dope.
Lisa Marie Varon.
So dope.
Even Victoria and WoW would be fucking interesting. Because
Mm.
imagine Victoria versus Bullet Babe. Oh my god.
Yes. I'm with that all day, bro.
Totally behind that.
Victoria versus Santana Garrett. That's actually
man.
where I think I would prefer to see her, because she could fight Tessa there and fight the Beast. You know I'd be down to see her fight the Beast, bro.
Like I said, I wish I had my promoter's license. I'd be making fucking money. It just costs you so fucking much.
That's facts. And I wish they would sign somebody like Tara and shit, man. You know, seeing Beth Phoenix was great. Come back from Mania. I'd have loved to see Beth and Natalya win those tag titles, but I know Beth Phoenix ain't back for good. She just came back from Mania, you know.
Back.
Word up. I wish she was.
Bookings.
But it's all good. Now, I'm trying to think if there's any more dark horse picks for the Superstar Shakeup we could drop and shit. Or maybe we could revisit this some other time after we see what winds up happening tonight. I'm pretty sure they're going to be shaking shit up tomorrow, too.
Most
Let's
likely
talk
tomorrow
UK
more
for
than
a
tonight.
second. Let's talk UK for a second. How big y'all think this is actually going to get?
The brand?
Yeah, NXT UK.
I think it'll get as big as wait. You mean how big do I think it's going to get in America or in the UK?
Both.
Maybe beginning ECW. Maybe.
I think it'll be. Go ahead, Tubals, my bad.
Like I said, I don't see it really going far because they don't hype it right. They don't promote it right.
I agree.
They got the stars, it's just that they just don't want to do nothing with it.
I agree. What all I was going to say is I feel like in the US, it won't ever get as big as NXT. I feel like in the UK, I think it'll get as big as Raw is in the UK because they know all those guys. Those are their guys. Those are the guys they've been hoping and waiting and praying got this WWE contract, and this is the closest that they've come to a WWE contract.
Yeah, pretty much.
Real talk. But I do think what Two Belts is saying is true. I don't think they promote it at all. Like, the one thing I've always noticed is that, like, they don't really promote NXT by itself. Like, they don't be like I get when Tommaso Ciampa and Gargano and those four guys came up, they started referencing some of their storylines that they had in in NXT, but they don't do shit like that for Joe and Nakamura and Bobby Roode. They don't. When we see Bobby Roode fight Nakamura, we know. I mean, it ain't happened on the main roster yet, but it's probably gonna happen soon. We know that they fought for the NXT title because we sat there and watched it. Michael Cole sit there and act like, you know, he might not have seen that. He might not know what's happened, but they don't mention none of that shit. What up?
I gotta go.
I appreciate you being here, player. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Crown Royal.
I'll be back later. I just gotta go check on my phone.
All right,
Word up, man. I hope everything work out for it too.
All right, prayers up.
See you later, man.
Word up.
Later.
Damn, man.
That's heavy.
Real talk.
That's it.
Real talk. The thing about the UK brand though, is that I really don't think that they're. I think that they're addressing it like it's NXT UK. If they looked at it more like it's WWE UK, it would be a better show. Because then you could put guys like I'm gonna be for real. That UK championship is probably the best looking championship in my opinion in the WWE. It's one of the only 3 or 4 I would want to go get if I was in the WWE. And I guess what I'm saying is like a guy like Sheamus to me is at a point where he don't need to be winning no more world titles, and he knows it. He don't need no more mid-card titles. I respect what he's doing with the bar, mostly because it's very rare that guys who've had those world titles, even if they got them too soon, according to fans, guys who had those world titles are willing to go down the card and work with guys who haven't even been in those types of main event matches or anything like that. So I give way more credit to Sheamus now at this point in his career, but if Sheamus was the UK champion, I'm totally good with it. You got Walter versus Sheamus, I'm watching. Walter versus Cesaro, I'm watching. Walter versus Finn Balor, I'm watching.
Nobody's gonna really know about it. That's the thing.
That's the problem. I feel like if they sent not all of their UK
main reason
talent.
they created the UK show is to hide talent away so other companies can't snatch them. That's the only reason.
Shout out to the world of sports. You right. Ain't never lied.
So do you think it'll work better if there was the merge the two, NXT and NXT UK?
I think it would,
I don't see it.
I do, but I don't. It's like they use the UK title and they talk about it, and Pete Dunne has been on NXT a lot, you know what I'm saying? He's been on 205 and Raw, you know? But as far as the rest of them championships, I don't feel like they should. Like, I have no idea who the UK Tag Team Champions are. Is it the Coffee Brothers or something?
The Grizzly Young Vets.
Oh, okay. I don't even. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never seen. I don't think I've seen them wrestle.
See?
And that's kind of the point I'm making. And I like Toni Storm. I like what like I can see what they see in her. You know, she's got a lot of personality. But for me, Rhea Ripley should still be the one. Unless Rhea Ripley coming on the Superstar Shakeup, which I would rather see Rhea Ripley in NXT than to see her on the main roster, even if it's for just 4 months, because I want Rhea Ripley versus Shayna Baszler. Technically, I wanted Shayna Baszler versus Lacey Evans. And I wanted Bianca Belair versus Shayna Baszler to be an actual thing, like, oh, she's a stud, and she's a stud. They just studs from different sports. All right, what happens when they get in the ring? That shit should be like Batista versus Triple H. They should be killing each other.
That match was a letdown.
It was.
That match was a big alert.
I also didn't like that Bianca took the tap in that Fatal 4-Way neither.
Yeah.
Word up. Word up, man. I don't know though.
But I guess they're doing that with Bianca just to make her story look a little more appealing and better when she actually does win the title.
Yeah, and I can also peep that I don't know, but I kind of think that they're going to move her up to the main roster when they move the Street Profits, and I also think they're going to move Gargano up to the main roster with Candice LeRae. And I'm not saying they're going to.
I thought Gargano was already caught up.
No, I think the NXT title and Ciampa being hurt changed those plans. But the one thing I do know is that at the time when they brought those guys up, they knew Ciampa was hurt and needed surgery. They just wanted him to get that exposure with Gargano on the main roster real quick. But I'm thinking that by virtue of Gargano winning the NXT title, he's doubling down on NXT until at least Ciampa comes back.
All right.
But I don't know. I haven't read that in the plans or nothing. Real talk. Real talk. Well, do you guys got any more thoughts on this superstar shakeup that's happening going down tonight?
Like I said, I'm hoping they can bring it out. They need to hit the big guns, because if they don't, they're just gonna keep on hemorrhaging money, and AEW gotta open the door for the top of the hill. Top of the hill. Yeah. There you go.
I agree. QZ, you got any final thoughts, QZ, for these good folks? I'm Buck. Well, what I do want to do is I do want to thank you guys for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Make sure you check out twitch.tv/BuckNastyAdventures, twitch.tv/QZ Mosley, and twitch.tv/Mr. 2Belts. Go ahead and hit the follow him for those Walking Dead streams as we proceed to give you what you need. Hey, thank you guys for joining me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, peace.